today, the 25th day of July 2020, and it's Saturday. On Saturdays, we know we can learn a table all the things that we pass through CIA network during the week, and we can get with panelists them. We can give you the overview of the week, and also you yourself get opportunity for come and learn a table anything we don't cross na your mind. And we want to start with comparison from last Saturday to today, how the COVID-19 figures then look like. After that, we don't get updates of the active case search. I go give that one day directly, and another update day about testing. I go just do all the COVID-19 they want them. So when we just browse through, we just browse through before we come with we panelists them on board. Last Saturday, na be the 18th. We total confirmed positive cases na Salone, na be 1,701. Today, the 25th. With total number of cumulative confirmed cases in Salone, now 1,768. So inside a week, from last Saturday to date, we get 67 new cases in Salone. In 1 week, we get 67 new cases in Salone. From the time we begin to comparison, I think this is the lowest we've got in a week. From we don't begin compare, this is not the lowest we don't get. Okay, the number of deaths. Last Saturday, na be 65. Today, na 66. So we get one person we lost in life to COVID-19 inside 1 week. Recoveries. Last Saturday, na be 1,237. Today, na 1,297. So in 1 week, 60 people recover from COVID-19 na Salone. 60 people recover. And when we check the numbers then, that na the lowest too. The lowest number. We don't get recoveries of 114. We don't get 90. We get 80 something. So this na the lowest. So even though we get the lowest number of people them we contact the virus, we get the lowest people again we recover from COVID-19. The one them will be there in quarantine last Saturday na be 753. Today na 572. So we get a difference of 181. The one them will discharge from the quarantine centers them last Saturday na be 8,920. Today, we don't get a total of 9,256. So from last Saturday to date, we don't get 336 people with discharge from the quarantine centers them na Salone. So if you want to compare, that's so the numbers them look like. But you remember, on the 29th of June, Sierra Leone be begin waiting and call active case search. Active case search. Where inside it, then they tell we say, then they try for target 400 people per day. 400 people per day. Now be the target. And that was when? On the 29th of June 2020. The data where they make available for we, they say it run from the 29th of June to the 17th of July. The 29th to the 17th of July. And remember, if we want to take that one day, we go say, okay, that's now almost 20 days. Yeah? Now we just take and say 20 days, now a run for. So 20 days and a 400 now be the target. Therefore, we don't test 8,000 people. 8,000 people the data where they make available for we. However, the total number of tests, the total number of swabs that they analyze under the active case search now 1,264. A target of 8,000, but only 1,264 people now them be captured inside these 20 days run of the active case search. I want to make that one they sink for small. If we target 400 a day, forgive 8,000, but we only capture 1,264. Okay, out of that 1,264, now only 34 positive cases come out inside it. 34 positive cases come out inside it. Where 1,230 now be negative. So the 34, now only 3% of the active case search now be turned out to be positive. And if they break it down by gender, then say na 27 na be male and 7 na be female. The average age for the people them will be test positive, then say na be 36 years of age people them na salon. That's just an average. And this 1,264, 90% them na from the forces. And they say 10% na from volunteers. But however, because na be on the 24th of July, and then be go with our updates day, when I be yesterday, they say the day before that, when I be Thursday, the 23rd, they don't start community testing. Now they say then they're gonna high risk community them, then go try for test people them, but again, it's up to the people for say they want it or they don't want it. So they say this low number where we get so now because people them they opt out. They don't want to be tested. Now it make we get the low numbers. Even though government they target 400 per day. They all get even reach 4 days. We probably give 1,600. We only get barely 3 days, 1,264. However, we were in the diaspora. We don't complain about paying for test for go salon or for fly out of Sierra Leone. Well, today press release come out. For say, the World Health Organization office don't secure a 500,000 euros from the German Technical Cooperation, that's now GIZ, through a strategic partnership for increased COVID-19 testing na salon from 500. We don't even get 500 per day. Well, they say for increase them from 500 per day to up to 1,000 tests to be done per day inside Sierra Leone. 500,000 euros. Now WHO in office secure the grant through the German Technical Cooperation for increase from 500 per day, from where they don't begin testing. Now ever test 500 per day to 1,000 per day. We were promised 400 per day. And the 400 we promised, we only get 1,264 out of 20 days. Don't keep say, but I want to make you just refine and you do your analysis. Now, WHO say from the 500 they do per day, they want bump them up to 1,000 per day. So then give you a grant, not a loan, free money of 500,000 euros. So go tell her come back. You already subscribe, say we still need for pay for testing na salon. You still subscribe to that? You still subscribe to that? Say yes. We still need for pay for testing. Not to me say. Not to Tripoli say. Now waiting. Go on our website. You go find Andy. 500,000 euros. We will try for engage them. Now we are back. Because since they say they want to do this active case search of 400 when are the target, and people are not agree go, well, what about we want to go ready for doing? You think so for still pay? Or make you come inside that money day? So at least the the target number for 1,000 per day, then go meet them. Some way or the other. It left to you for do your analysis. May just report the news to you as I get them. As I see that 500,000 euro, I say, me people them. Say a network family. We for nobodies. We for nobodies. So me don't lay on a table. It's up to you. Let me just go through how the things them happen during the week. Sierra Leone Police Chief on Sunday, they give you their own updates. Then a two paper press release on the Makeni incident. Where they get for tell we say 51 people they not in custody. And on Sunday, finally, the generator be able for come out from Makeni to Lunge. Generator they come on Makeni they cry. Generator reach Lunge. Lunge was happy. Such is life. One side they cry, another side happy. All side no go cry together, and all side no go gladdy together. On Sunday, we get 10 new confirmed cases, 0 death and 0 recoveries. Every on Sunday, then we deal with the issue undermining the political stability na salon. You'll be watch that program day, you'll be know how it pass. We be get an update. We see na 5 people na be lost, na the incident na Makeni will be lost in life them. And then tell we say, this week we done so. I don't know if they don't bury them, but me tell we say, then go try for bury them. That was on Sunday, Ogeda reports day. Listen as they continue. Abdullah Fatoma from Chadi. He say, a country no go enjoy development without security. And based on waiting done they happen lately. He say a country no go enjoy development without security. On Monday, we will get an SOS call from the man himself, Mohammed Kamarimba Mansaye. And he said, do an audio. He sent them to everybody within in contact, including Sierra Network, for say, police them and surrounding us. Waiting and go there for in or no. That was the SOS call. What do? We share the SOS call. Right after that, we land say a warrant of arrest be there out for Mohammed Kamarimba Mansaye of the Alliance Democratic Party. we share that one day back. For make, we say, now, so you, waiting no, because then say, allegedly, for sexual penetration of a 15 years old girl. And that Monday day, we get them overnight. That Monday day, salon morning hours, it was all over the place. Now the radio station them. They try for call and defend themselves, saying a lie, not to this, not to that. And he be say, well, Ingo go na CID the next day, 1 p.m. Say, let them know worry. But that same Monday day, late in the night, we be here say, them broke go inside in host. They police them. But however, now inside the compound them be stopped. They'll not be able to enter the big house. Outside day. Because he still insists say, in the open. In don't tell them, say, in go na CID with him lawyers them on the next day, 1 p.m. Make we continue. We also share the road trip where we do from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba. I don't know if you don't get opportunity for watch that one day. We don't share the one from Waterloo to Moyamba Junction. That's the first one. The second one, we don't share the road from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba. Tomorrow, we go share the one from Moyamba Junction to Bo. Moyamba Junction to Bo City. Sarah Network Production on YouTube if you want to see that one day. If you want to be the first for watch them. On Monday, the Airport Authority, through NACOVAC, through all the parties that were involved for open airport on the 22nd. But that one day, now be on the 20th, on Monday, then we do a simulation exercise at airport. I will go see how it go happen, how it not go happen, what thing go happen, if person tawa, if we get, then do everything. You be watch them because we stream them live now platform. And also we'll be share Dr. Samura Kamara in statement on the incident na Makeni. President Bio don't appoint Mohammed Kinewa Kone as the Chairman and Chief Electoral Commissioner for National Electoral Commission. This one, you get small right now. NGCC no no side and map it param. But however, APC say, they don't agree. They say this particular individual, Mohammed Kone, not supposed for head the NEC, National Electoral Commission. They say not supposed for head them. Well, it's still subject to parliamentary approval anyways. So, to no say parliamentary work now, then 2 days, yeah. We they wait, make we see how that one day come out. But APC don't make, they don't show who side anti-map say, they no agree. On Monday, we be get 0 new confirmed case because waiting do, na be only 99 tests and then conduct. They say the one that will come out top line. Now the provinces, the test then at the provinces, the results then not been calm. So now I make. So now inside for tongue no more. Imagine 99. And that 99 they mix with the active case satchel, waiting for BB 400. Triple why just fasten this active case search. Even a NACOVAC acceptance, I be triple for ask about the active case search. I don't know. What did triple be? The National Youth Commission say they receive a check of over 200 million leones from Oxfam, Sierra Leone. Independent Police Complaint Board say make Sierra Leoneans they no worry. Make people in a salon no worry. Because waiting do, they don't begin the investigation inside the incident where happened na Makeni. So make we just rest assured, say where they don't complete the investigation, then go come to we, make them can tell we. The mayor of Makeni, Mayor Sunkari Kamara, he himself be issue a press statement of waiting the aftermath of the thing we happen na Makeni. Well, he be mourn with the people them inside press statement, and he be say in the fair way for make he and in people in Makeni for mourn and give the victims them way die a good burial ceremony. Well, from that day, we not be hear it anything. Me not be here. I don't know if you hear say they don't bury on and not bury it. But that not be the last time we'll be hearing from the mayor of Makeni City. You get this 66-year-old lady, mommy, na Pujeon, where they say, he take upon himself the mask up, get a megaphone, they go na the market for tell people them how important it is for mask up for fight against COVID-19 na salon. We will also share the first video we've been doing. We'll visit the Bombay Street Mosque. And for the first Friday, we then pray. And waiting the camera be land. If you be an opportunity for watch them, you know I been go. On Monday, we'll be deal with uniting Bo and Makeni, the politics and the prospect of national cohesion na salon. And we all be know how that program they be go na here soon. We'll be streamed live from the Male Correctional Center na Pademba Road, where the government of Sierra Leone be free people them will be there behind bars. I don't know if you get opportunity for watch them, but yes, we do stream them live. I know we talk say they don't learn, but most of them are for petty crimes, Okada riders. Yes, Okada rider behind bars. Or woman them for markets, for trust. The other one for Osusu money. Then you wonder how Pademba Road no go get past the capacity. Where somebody where then charge for murder, somebody where then charge for Osusu money. They're all then at the same facility. Well, this will be done talk about the APC press release on the appointment of Mohammed Kone as the Chief Electoral Commissioner. On Tuesday, we will get 16 new cases, 0 death, and 12 new recoveries. The Energy Minister say he will receive the second and third consignment of materials for the Bo Kenema Network Rehabilitation and Expansion projects. It be the other day, na 98 and also na AYV. It talk lengthily. And if that project they complete, I believe say definitely lights na the provinces. Maybe go take before we hear and grumble again. Kingo Investment say they're ready for employ over 2,000 Sierra Leoneans them for revamp the iron ore mining na Thonkolili district. We will also share the first Sunday. We've shared the first Friday and the first Sunday service where the church will be going na Bass Street. Assemblies of God Church now will be attend for see how they observe the rules them for the resumption of congregational worship. On Tuesday, when we don't test the website, we make Sierra Leoneans they know, say the website, the Sierra Leone travel website, don't become available. And a day you go get for pay for you COVID-19 test. However, I not check it no more because they say at first it not be even the work. You know, work for pay. So you get for call somebody in a salon and ask them, say, do you pay for me through Airtel or go at the bank? Because even the Airtel and the Orange money and the Afri money no be the work. So you will for call somebody in a salon, say, go to bank, go pay, and all these things. But they don't tell we say, over the weekend, all land they go don't sort out. I not check that side yet, but make us see if really the payment side are available now. There was another public notice for traveling passengers them waiting inside saloon. And definitely that now the time way for pay and everything, the bank account number way for go pay, because that African money and Orange money not be there available. We'll be sure to make people know. And we'll be ring the bell, say President Bio, go get for address the nation on the midterm population and housing census. The president indeed be calm on air and tell we, and nadande exactly we have be lay na ya on a Tuesday. There was a press release from C4C on the update of Honorable Rebecca Y. Kamara in accident where in being get. If you want to go on our website, it did it. Passengers traveling to Sierra Leone, the travel protocols them, then do them in diagram. We shall be able to get them, we put on our website, we share. We don't try for make we sensitize with people them about waiting now the rules them, waiting now the protocols them a salon for good in now. Because if you now follow our fan of Sierra Network, please, with all intel they talk so about waiting salon don't put in place. Make sure say another Sierra Leonean know. Make sure say they know. Because you can't go there and say, na so it's supposed for be. We know to so then say them they do. Make we get that understanding day. Proclamation for the conduct of the midterm. Okay, we don't talk now on the President Biodu. We'll be share the script to the one day. Anti-corruption say, they want make me say, the Scorpion Squad, then they on standby for combat any examination malpractice na public exam. You know, say the NPSC, the Beke, and the WAS exam for start. So they say then they on standby. As they give then they reach day. That posting there, people in way comments, they say, not anti-corruption work. They say that they left the examination council, the school examination council, them make them oversee about that. Why anti-corruption? Now then kind thing and they say they want go run at her. They say na misplaced priority for anti-corruption. Then they see the one they go for run at her, then say no, na examination malpractice. Na anyone can't team up for. Waiting you say but that. College, universities, and technical vocational institution don't open today, Saturday, the 25th of July, 2020. On the 22nd, on Wednesday, and then we pull the press release, tell them say, Saturday, play, done. All the people from the technical, the university, the college, all man for go back to base. The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority say they want make me, waiting at the tariff them. And then be shared and they we be shared to we people them na Sierra Network. Bumbuna Idol Project 2 get a $6 million funding. Bumbuna Idol Project 2. You know, say them get Project 1 and Project 2. When the second phase, in there now. So, they get a $6 million funding. The Chief of Defense Staff and the Joint Force Commander then pay a courtesy call to the First Lady, Fatima Beo. On Wednesday, we will get 4 confirmed cases. 0 death and 15 new recoveries from coronavirus. Another day back will be Lancey, the finance minister, began for day yesterday in a parliament for read the supplementary budget of 2020 to parliament. And lo and behold, the fund don't be approved for the establishment of the University of Science and Technology inside Kono. That one day, being get all we neighbor them APC. Then we take to social media and say, wait to this one they go and jump for so. Now make una not forget say now the past administration. Now they work. Then go, then cut now the handing over notes where former President Kuma, big President Bio, for say yes, all this be done, plan be done layout. The thing about this, if, okay, now, President Bio, they push ahead for Doam, APC say, wait till now they talk, now be if President Bio not be Doam, APC back go talk, say, oh, we don't left something, they not Doam. In life, people talk. But then say, they don't give them any credit inside this particular one. Maybe the Abop say, then forgive them credit. But make we continue. Interesting thing happen today. On Wednesday, we be called the spokesperson for Chief Halaji Samsumana, and he can explain to we what thing be happen na Kono. Up till now, we not get call it from nobody. All the people will be saying on one side the story, we ask una say do una help we give we connection to the other side. We don't hear. But up till now, nothing. NGCSF be pull a press statement on the incident surrounding the relocation of the EGTC generator from Makeni, resulting in fatalities. SFC, then they put their voice to that. The lawyers then wait for represent the young man and woman they would arrest and Makeni say they want to make Sierra Leoneans they know say they don't deny the access for visit the people them whosoever then give them custody. Now they the lawyer in tap. However, some other people and they claim say whosoever them people and they some people and they were injured. And the people that were injured, their land say then they deny them access to any medical help. And they not come out from the lawyers who the lawyers then just say, then deny them access to them people and they. But other people and they say, the people them, then 51 people and they, some people and they were injured when they get any medical help as need be. And on Thursday, we will see the criminal libel law. A remarkable one. We will land back say the state case against Dr. Sylvia Olenka Blyden thrown out of High Court by Honorable Mr. Ivan Sise. But don't forget, there are two cases again. You get one at High Court, you get one at Magistrate Court. So the one at High Court, and they don't throw it. Next week, it still get for appear for the one at the Magistrate Court. There they watch. On Thursday, 21 new cases, 0 death, and 4 new recoveries. We get all the press release them, all the glady there now about the Parliament where they repeal the Part 5 of the Public Order Act. And again, Nadande will be lay at table here. Even though they discuss that, the first flight from Turkish airline, and first fly when a commercial flight, we fly go Salon. However, now empty flight be go Salon. Nobody, not be the inside the flight. We go. But, even though they go disappoint one, but they not left they disappointed. Because waiting do, they may come out there with 90 people them. and take 90 people then out, but they not care nobody go inside. Unable to tell if not due to the website, because that website they not be already yet on that particular day. Not even due to the website, or now we just try for send message. That's why they try for send message to the government say, this way we now make say for come and all this money business. Well, let we relax first. Because we for sure know say if flights then they go salon empty, then we go for left. Then they not go again. Because the more people can always go than the people that then can take come out today. And now we know say not to normal times. Not to normal times. So we know that one day. Again, yesterday, the President's bill be opened the sexual offences court at the Lockhart building. Now we don't get sexual offences court. How people be wish say, as then they open the sexual offences court, now so then for be they open them with a forensic lab. We for go with the court. The lab and the court go together. So boku argument now for the. But however, we are still waiting for that lab. But now if you say because the lab not in and not the sentence people anymore, follow the news. A lot of people have been sentenced. But we still wait for the lab. We for able help. We not to me word against the word. Na DNA and look at na padi na in this. So we're still waiting. And yesterday the Minister of Finance, JJ Safa, within a parliament for the 2020 supplementary budget. All two the ceremony then go together. A parliament and also the Lockhart building. We be try. I don't know if people make a spider because we stream all two together. How you be doing? Eh? And yesterday, the 24th, on the 23rd, when I first day, Sierra Leone police be called a press briefing. Where they want for updates on the Makeni incident and on the arrest of Mohammed Kamaremba Mansari. The camera be there, capture the moments, and we come and share the moments with you. What do you make up of that? Of what the Sierra Leone police they explain. Government of Sierra Leone don't approve risk allowance for all military personnel. You are here and back. Government of Sierra Leone don't approve risk allowance for all military personnel. The comment section not being funny. Not being funny. For say way to all military personnel, what about the healthcare workers they wanna promise? Before that, the healthcare workers they wanna say, wanna go only give people away, they work directly with COVID-19 patients them. Wanna differentiate them, forget their allowance. But now, wanna say wanna they give all the military personnel them. Waiting then do. All man begin suggest waiting there for make the military then do. Eh? All man, which you say. But also government of Salon don't do. World Bank don't approve $30 million. Yeah. Now make this administration say, they say they own party, now World Bank and IMF. Then no get, money they flow, money c'est pas le problème. Not so. The money they flow. $30 million grant for support agricultural productivity. For support waiting, agricultural productivity. World Bank don't approve $30 million grant. We mean say, not a loan, we're not going for paying back. Agricultural productivity. 30 million. Do ya? Make we see who side that one day go. And make the small farmers them. Make themselves benefit small. Do ya? Transport Ministry they signed $11 million contract with Pave Fort with the candy because we'll be streaming this morning. Yes, the Moyamba Junction, as I be talked earlier, the picking them, we'll be talked to where they run at a Mutkade in Moyamba Junction. We'll play them at the start of the program. You say if you're here, go watch them if you know watch them yet. Sierra Leone be registered 13 new confirmed cases, 0 death and 5 new recoveries from coronavirus yesterday. So we're blinding say, if we get a determined parliament, we can save this country from further retrogression. Because the Honorable don't move a private member motion for say he want to make Parliament investigate waiting happen na Makeni. You want to make Parliament call the people and make them can ask them question. Waiting really happen na Makeni. And yesterday, the good old days, a new segment will don't start. But for now, we just they focus on the good memories. And yesterday, the good memories will be dealt with. If you miss yesterday, you don't miss. And so no matter go say, and left and day. This morning, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation will hand over the project site of the Integrated and Urban Resilient Mobility Project to a local construction company called Pave Fort. You be get opportunity for watch them. You be watch them this morning. When you watch with all the ministers the way be did it, and also the mayor and parliamentarian the way be did it, the one they always hold the mic talk. What's in you get out of there all we be talk? Well, for me, Tripoli, if you know watch them. But if you watch them, me now what I get is this. First side, I'm the mayor of Freetown, Bidedi. The local government ministry, Bidedi. They all Bidedi, all man. You know, say they always they get chamot. So the mayor say this project, now project under President Bio, where President Bio don't say pauper salon for better. He saying Dandy fall under in transform Freetown. Where talk say President Bio say pauper salon for better. All my Allah. Yeah. Where talk say a fall under in when I for transform Freetown, there was silence. Ying. When the ministers then take now for talk, they all now they say, just like how the mayor don't say, President Bio say, salon for better. But then not they acknowledge say, he talk about Ion, where he say for transform Freetown. And there comes Usai then can get an issue. So he say, this particular project fall under transform Freetown. My dear, we look at government come. Look at government say, this project. Now we government project. Hey, Daddy God. I don't know if you watch, I beg. Go back, you go watch them. Not for saying a pampalava, but everybody be the kind can do your own. This project. Now we government project this. This project born out of, then trips them with President Bio. Be they do. And this will be learned from the Minister of Finance. For say, and not to even loan, na grant. He say it be day part of President Bill heart for say they want for transform this one. Now you for do with that flyover. Now you for do with the traffic lights and all the roads and all the buses. They don't call again 400 buses today. What the project done? The project, trust me, with what I explain, if it come to pass, it will be very good for Freetown as a capital city. I'm telling you. But, in Odondi, now the Minister of Finance come. He say, it talk fine. He say, we all within here, all the ministers within here, we na Freetown we dey. We all dey under the mayor of Freetown. Nobody say thing, no applause. But when the Minister of Finance say, and the mayor, they under President's bill, then they all like, they begin clap back. And the mayor back, he good for throw shade. Now he say, oh, we didn't talk about me, we not clap, oh. He said, but it's good. And everything where they try for make that way they para. Watch the video. Watch them. As they try for make himself, he defend one kind way and chook you inside it. You go hear him voice in the background. For try for say, are they on himself? And he try for pushing transform Freetown project. Where he say this one fall under. But my dear, today, we see and clearly, I happen, that's why they explain to you. Clearly, there is nothing she said, and I believe say, down the road. Then therefore they use that word today. What the mayor say? We say, like how President Bill don't talk say, power pass alone for better. So this project it come and it fall under the transform Freetown. And then the commander, this one a government project. Not to say a papalava of. When I give you mic, you can't talk your own. You lay your own correct one. And the mayor respectfully give the praises to the president and everything. But the only person, okay, two people named, the Minister of Internal Affairs, Pandanoa, he talk good on the mayor, one sentence, and also the Minister of Finance, we talk say they already under the mayor. But the mayor, they under President's bill. But all the rest can't talk. Big. Go watch the video and you do your analysis when I saw it happen. Sludge said then they celebrate the repeal of the criminal libel and enactment of the IMC Bill 2020. Remember, Naya will be talking, say, President Bill come, he addressed the nation. He not talk nothing. He not tell us to them and them, na Makeni. Not mention themselves. But after that, the next day, where he say, he send a special delegation go Makeni. So we don't know if that was the plan or now because we grumble, now make he send people and go there. We don't know. But however, people and be go there. And they don't come back with them findings. They don't bring and come. They don't come like yesterday. Now the president in table for make the president know waiting then go fair not day. They say then go on a fact finding mission. Eh? And then me go pa. Well, they wait. Let us see waiting the fact finding mission get for you. All waiting and talk a day. Go now we website you go meet and Education Weekly, where they come out every week from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School, say this week they focus on the determination of national stakeholders on the conduct of NPSC, Beke, and WAS examination. Just now before they come on air, NGC be they on. and say then get an NGC hour. You be watcher. Yeah, you waiting Dr. Dennis Bright say, and the other lawyer will go with. Okay. And again, we'll be share the WHO grant, where they may give 500,000 euros for increased COVID-19 testing capacity from 500 up to 1,000 tests per day. Today, not only three new coronavirus, now we get coronavirus positive case, and then one and they come out from Western area, Urban 1, Bombali 1, and Tonkolili 1. The number of tests where they be analyzed now be 186. 186. You're all waiting Alena table. Two things them way for sure we know say happen at Salon during the week. Are the repeal of Part 5 of the Public Order Act, and also the Sexual Violence Court, or the Sexual Offences Court, where don't they now in a salon. Like I said, maybe they hope and wish say a particular court say, as them be the launch they launch with the forensic lab, where for make the cutting work be much more easier. But as it is, right now, it still stands say, na me word against your word. It left for Salon Police for proof say, indeed, what you did talk against me happen. With all we told Ole, make we come with Usman Toli, and make we get waiting in summary for the week. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you very much, AAA, for this fantastic summary of the week. I think they do a fantastic job every week. They make the information clear and they break them down to the lowest levels. So we really appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody when they come at this program for can listen to some of the analysis. I don't say you don't put a lot of things on our table, as you say. Saturday, na day we choose waiting, we feel say a very, very important to be for law we break down. So what you may go do now, I go look at the good old days where you bring can our table yesterday, and how this resonates with the survey where the Institute of Good Governance, Good Reforms, bring come some time ago. How this tally with that research that the survey where they bring come, I will break that down. And then secondly, I will also talk on issues relating to the guidelines for the reopening of the Lunge International Airport. Looking at the implications in terms of cost, some of the fundamental questions that will be asked, how these questions they come to reality, looking at the concerns that will be raised, and how the concerns here they unfold. I will talk on that. So let's start with the first one, when are the good old days. For the one that we not been there at the program yesterday, the good old days involves Usai in the call or come with people away been there during the days of before the independence and just after the independence, looking at the experience. How they will compare them days and day to these current days. And I'm not saying they try to do a good job. And the way I posed the questions yesterday, I think I really impressed. They take them stage by stage. I know what they try to come up with. You want to know what is the problem. Which side the problem come out? What thing cause the breakdown in terms of political tolerance, in terms of national cohesion and peace? Which side we go wrong? I don't say that that's what they try to do. I don't say phase one, it's just a try to find out. What are the good things then? how those things guide me to how we did today. And also that you try for too. So now a very good program. I hope you continue with that. So let's start with that. From yesterday's submission, about 4 or 5 people in talk. I learned 3 fundamental things then from them people from those good old days. One of the things where they talk about clearly, in those days, agriculture, people can be really involved in agriculture that will be able to grow your own food then. So there was very little need for import. Although they import, but food they will eat then and day. I think say we grow them. That are one of the fundamental things them way I found out from their submission yesterday. And the other thing also were very interesting. In those days, youth did not get too much interest in politics. And this is critical in our modern politics. We see a lot of youth then, and they put too much attention on politics. We want to know why. Is it something to do with unemployment? Or is it about that divide and rule? Is it about unequal distribution of resources? So those are some of the things that way they come out from the good old days, where I'll get for break down very shortly. So let's dive into how this resonates, these good old days, how it resonates very well with this political tolerance, and national cohesion. Remember, now this same program, we talk about the Institute of Government Reforms. What thing they find out? Then do a survey. Then go carry out some studies. They say, why would you get so much political tension? Why peace don't broke down our country? What are the reasons then? And some of the findings where they bring come was quite clear. We put on a table, we discussed them. But I get a very interesting observation on that. And one of the most interesting submission on that day was that we get a problem with the distribution of state resources. What do I mean? The way the politicians then they divide, then they share the wealth of the country, it help the situation for degenerate into chaos. If you think about it, let me give you some critical examples. Why then politicians, where they take over power, everybody they fight for your region. Remember the other day, you play one audio where one lady talk, one woman talk, where they appoint the AG, a Minister of Justice. We come up from Bond. He said this now we on turn. What does that mean? It means say, every region, every tribe, they fight for let the power come on in your own region. I'll give an example. Or I'll refer back to the Institute of Government Reforms. What did they talk? They use them purposely. Then choose the Mende and Timni, which are the 2 largest tribes in the country. And they use Bo and Makeni, which are the 2nd and 3rd largest country in the country. So then they will give you a clear picture of why this trouble, so much trouble in the country. Because the 2 regions then, are prominent region then. They get similar demographics. And also the 2 tribes then, now the 2 important, not important, the 2, tribes in our country. So now there's more the tension they come out. The reason why they choose this, because it will give them a clear picture of what they cause them problem here. And one of the greatest submissions where I make is that there is what we call divide and rule. Then they use the politics of divide and rule for how we fight with ourselves. So that then go try for satisfy their own selfish interest at the expense of the masses. All these killings, all these intolerance way they happen in our country, not to nothing, a divide and rule. Yeah? They put their power for make sure they work in the interest, the national interest. For most of these political parties, with that kind of power, then they cater for their own region, then they cater for their own tribe, then they cater for their own stronghold. Therefore, then they fail to distribute the resources of the state in an efficient manner. This degenerates into political chaos. This is one of the fundamental ones. Leone, make no mistake about it. Yeah? We don't see this. You know, government, a political party take over power, then they try for cater for their stronghold. Then they try for cater for their supporters. Then they try for cater for the tribe where they get the party get the highest composition. These are the issues here. Make no mistake about it. And then further, if you think about it, before I go into that, I'll give you an example. You see, for example, I'll talk about Kono. Kono a place where we don't mix na cash cow for salon in terms of we get help, a lot of support from Kono in those days especially. Yeah? You know, so now Kono is a critical decider in terms of politics. Because that region, to a very large extent, they may not ignore her. They're very conscious these days. You see, so these are some of the critical issues we talk about. So until we politicians, we leaders, they learn for no say the country, now country they govern. You get for serve in the interest of the country, not in the interest of your own political parties. I think the issue of national cohesion and national tolerance, peace and cohesion will be a difficult fight. And then now moving on to the second point, so I'll go on over to the other panelists then. Well, remember, Naya, we then bring the issue of guidelines for the reopening of the Lungu International Airport. You bring the Director General for the civil for the airport, with Moses Tifao. I think we question him on a number of fundamental things. Then we raise some concerns. Yeah, a good number of we raise concerns. Yeah, and one of the fundamental concerns was about the cost. Yeah, and then secondly, we talk about a plan B in case the online portal gets problems. Those are some of the issues then will be raised concern. And some of these things don't begin to come to pass. Some of these things we don't begin to experience that. And I will explain to you why. You see, where they make them policies here, then guidelines and all that here, then they fail to look at the bigger picture. Yeah? I think to a very large extent, I believe, say, where they may devise then guidelines here, they only focus mostly on the medical side at the expense of socio-political and economic aspects, failing to look at the bigger picture of things. First of all, then for realize, say, if now for health conditions alone, that airport, they're not for don't lift time. Because the disease is still there. Yeah? But because they won't match, you know, we own country with other countries there. First, then they try for reopen the airport. And secondly, more importantly, because of for unlock the economy. So if you take the economic argument out of the equation, then I think the guidelines and the principles are problematic. Yeah. Now let's say, for example, let's look at the airport, the airlines way first fly go Salon. I think the Turkish Airlines. You go an empty one. Remember, by my own submission, I tell them, I say, at this point in time, it's very difficult For now, we get national travelers, foreign nationals, for going to our country. Because don't forget, foreign nationals, they don't get too much interest at this point in time in our country. Because of one, COVID-19, and secondly, our country is not as attractive and as important in terms of investment at this current point in time. So the airport and the opener mostly for we the diasporans. Yeah? So it's important for like take note of that. And then if you devise a strategy or a guideline, you therefore take that into account. Yeah? How we were able to incentivize diasporans then. We're in a very important segment in terms of reopening the airport. How we go able to attract them. Yeah? If you make the cost very, very, very expensive, too many restrictions, and some of these things cannot, we want travel, we go for take days for they walk them out. I think it's difficult. Very, very difficult. For letting you able to attract now person for going to that place, it's very difficult. And what are the economic implications? One, the airlines then going to go there empty. One, yeah, because at the end of the day, nobody knows one go travel in that country today with so many heavy restrictions, and at the same time, the cost will involve banana. So therefore, don't take that into account. And secondly, the visit where we visit in that country today, would they go invest, whether directly or indirectly. Some of we they build houses there. Would they go look after a business? Would they go there for various reasons? We know they go there. Most of we know they go empty hand. Some of we would already establish business and that we put business on hold because of COVID-19. So for a country for restart and reactivate the economy, you have to encourage the people that we know say that immediate factor, yeah, for boost the increase in economic activity. But then take that into account, then take that out of the equation. Concentrate on the health issues. I think they never forget problem. And the airlines they're not going to go empty. Honestly. The only thing perhaps was for help we. Most of the airlines, they way to go salon, then they transit pay and go to other country. Maybe then they go help. But direct flight, like Morocco, for example, yeah, where they go directly in Africa, they never face problem. So these are some of the implications then we therefore experience. And then the other one again, AAA. You mentioned that, very important. In terms of WHO and grants with the Guinea Salon, the 500,000, €500,000 grant with the, for help for increase the testing capacity. We all know AAA, you and I, and everybody that this thing here. I don't remember a single day now that country they will don't get a test will go up to 500. There's not a single day where I remember. Even the 400 average way they been giving, we only get that 400 average day. From that 10 day we then start this thing. I think the maximum is about 300 and something. We don't want to get 500 tests we then don't carry out in that country. So from my own observation, I think say they go don't talk say then they do 500 tests. So to a very large extent, WHO believe them. They say, well, we want to increase my test from 500 to 1,000. And from the Director General for Civil Aviation, when Moses, Honorable Moses, he say, what he make the charge with that 800,000 for pay for go, and the 500,000 for come out. Now because they get for buy kits. Yeah? Be careful with that because we all at Tokana, I'd say, well, we get a lot of donations from the international community in terms of testing kits. Yeah? I believe to a very large extent, those international community will allow you for run out of testing capacity. Trust me with this. Yeah? No international community will allow you for run out of testing kits. We don't get a lot of donations. Then just use that for their own economic benefit, financial gain. There is nothing like that. I will assure you, say, we will ever run out of tea as long as this disease they carry on. So the idea for what charge we 800,000 for one of that country there, and if you are tested positive, yeah, why should you wait in the airport? You get for go now, you get for foot that building, and when they left now your country, you get for pay another 500,000 for the test. Imagine if you go with a big family, how much money will don't cost you, and then say for do another test in your own country, where they come out for carry that certificate, for go show them. I think it's very highly unreasonable. So we therefore call on the government for let them think twice about this. The need for reactivate the economy with incentive, not in disincentive. That is what I'm saying here. So I will stop here, like the chance to other callers them. Thank you very much, AAA, and thank you very much for the breakdown in news for we to the lowest level where everybody don't understand. We appreciate you so much for the fantastic you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Usman Tori. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Make we come with Dr. Aissatou Kake-Jallow for your summary for the week. However, remember, Dr. Aissatou Kake-Jallow be do a donation na party we be tell we about. Then there's here, so as he talk, we been promised for show the pictures them of that particular donation day. So as the doctor they talk, we go to show pictures them of how the donation or the things them will be donated. Make yourself see the good work way Dr. Aissatou do. You get the platform, ma.
Hi, good evening and good morning to many others from the Sarah Network family, Sarah Network team. And we want to tell, everybody thank you. And I want to really say a lot of thanks to Mr. Usman Tori for in good work what they do in terms of the analysis that we can bring up for we some of the things and not everybody get the time to take them to and step by step let everybody understand with him what they deal with. So we want to tell them thank you. And the other panelists there, Fred, Usman Tony Ture Jones, and some seasonal ones that we can come around. It's a lot of time, personal time, people that they dedicate for Kanaso, and I'm sure we all do this because we care for the country, Sierra Leone, and to the host, and the man behind the mic, AAA, thank you, and I'm sure they bring many of us closer to the country, even though we're not there right now, what you do us. So starting with the COVID-19 for weekly summary for me, I believe the active case surge rate and put on the target 400 every week. That didn't happen. And we could only get about 8,000 for now. And you mentioning just the 3% we'll be able to identify during the time. I believe NACOVAC need to look into that. Because if they even look at within the WHO, they recommend 500 before, and then decide for just say 400, then not to help the country in that way. For not really identify within the go on at the country. And with that said, now funding then don't come, and I know a lot of people want to travel in salon, and that can really help, and then really try and target everybody with the enter the country. I'm sure for me last week, I'm not there for level and pay, but I was more concerned about the money for the people that are trying to go there, which is costly. It requires a lot of things. And if they really don't have nothing to do there, should wait first. So that was my own concern at that time. But that said, definitely they will use the money towards what in the WHO they need money for. The mission for WHO definitely we know say now making sure that we get primary health care for everyone around the globe. Primary health care requires not to just know when you go take your physical exam, every year. Not that normally entails. It entails keeping communities healthy, keeping the world healthy, getting rid of illnesses that can be done through vaccinations, making sure people get medical attention when it's needed. The list goes on. There's a long list in terms of what primary health care requires or what it entails. So definitely let we country look into that. Let continue for keep the country healthy, because if we keep the country healthy, the people that are the country healthy, we definitely will get economic growth. In order for somebody to work, they have to be healthy. They have to be able to, function, with the basic needs out there that every human being deserves when it comes to, primary health care. That includes that same thing that we talked about day in, day out, the light, the water, the shelter, right? So I'm sure there was a time we did mention the hierarchy, where it come with the basics. Down there below the triangle, you have a lot of things that has to do with the basic human need before you go to the last part, when a smaller portion of it, which is like self-actualization, right? So that's not something where we need for fala, not something for model, now we country. And a psychologist then put that out there, and you can Google that. Hierarchy of life, of development, you can see that, and you can really see what people need to look out to. So you just worry about your basic needs before you start worrying about clothing, right? And then cars, houses, and things like that. Okay, so that's what I think should be happening for our country. And then when you share the airport, the screening process during the airport, it was concerning to me in one area. Yes, I saw a bit of social distancing. What was concerning to me was the screening. The person, I think either that was like a mock, screening, just like they tried to demonstrate how they would want. Because I see Solomon Jamiru went through, and then the way the guy did the search, he used his bare hands, right? And then somebody else came through. Did he use the hands?
I want to ask you quick. That not be Ustemi on Dandy.
This was Thursday.
No, Thursday, that was not a mock-up. Dandy, we see, so that one then the live one.
Exactly. Well, exactly. The live one. Let's put it in. For me, Solomon Jamiru, he wasn't traveling. I don't think he was traveling, right? But he passed through. They had a blue shirt, like sea blue shirt. He passed through. They screened him, and then somebody else came after him. The person that did the screening did not have gloves on, number one. Even if you decide not to use gloves in terms of COVID-19, when you're doing a screening to the public, to the general public, you're not dealing with yourself or your household members, right? You need to either put on a glove to touch them, right? Or make sure you clean your hands after each person. That wasn't happening. That's a no-no. It's just like when you're in the hospital, you're taking care of patients. You treat everybody as infectious until proven otherwise, until you can rule that out, and that's where the universal protocol of PPE, personal protective equipment, comes in. That did not happen. And I looked at the biohazard bag, which I then guess will screen you, test you, and throw out. It needs to be in a locked container. The yellow bag that we see them hanging, that was not how you set up things like that. So I think they need to go back, talk to some public health officers or people that work for infectious disease to deal with that issue so they can do it properly. So that was a downfall for me. And then talking about the journalists in the country, there's been this repeal of the 1965 Act. That definitely not a good one in our country, not a historic moment in our country. And we hope all the journalism in the country and abroad, and that includes you, AAA, along with Umaru Fofana, along with many others that, broadcasting for our country. We are holding everybody at a very high stake at this moment, that we could get factual news that will be shared by all journalists. In as much as we are happy for them, we congratulate all of you, right? I know you don't have a problem with that because I know you. I don't know the others. So for that reason, I am saying this now and including you in it. So that said, make sure, because the role of the journalist is to provide information to the general public of Sierra Leone in the country and abroad or overseas, so that we could make informed decisions about our communities, our society, and government as a whole, and our lives. So there is a great role and responsibility for all journalists that serve our nation. So we look forward to that. We look forward to great journalism in our country. We will change the lives of things the way it's been going before, like with the good old days that were mentioned yesterday. That was an interesting one. So we hope for the best coming from all journalists. Then we talk about the sensors, which, is supposed to help, even though it's a mid-sensor, it's not the 10-year one. It's supposed to be used to improve communities that need more infrastructure or healthcare needs or water and things like that. You don't do a sensors just for your own gain. You do it so that you can utilize it, so you can use this sensor for improving country, right? So with the hopes, with the number that come, yes, I will encourage people to let them adhere, because it's very important that we really deal with things as it comes. Because if you don't, what's going to be said, we bring up something, nobody wants to adhere, nobody wants to follow. So how can we do the job that we intend to do, right? So you can see here in the States, there are commercials going around. There are emails going around to ensure that everybody complete their sensors, right? So when you complete it, they know how many people they have in the country. They know how many people that need certain things in some areas. So let's look at it in that way. I know many people were for it and some were against it. So if it's for accuracy, let's go with it. And with the hopes, when people then register or do this census, because we get problems with data system, then can use this opportunity for begin to assign national identification numbers to all those that don't have it. And that way, when things that can come with and say, we don't know how many people in there or this and that, it can help. So let's use every opportunity to our best advantage. So that's one thing, I'm your recommendation to the government, and I hope that the IT department can help with this for the country. And then we'll talk about, uniting Makeni and Bo the last time. Then I've been focused more on waiting at the government in flagship program. I don't touch on the healthcare side. For me, healthcare matters. One of them. Education is in place, but it just needs to improve, because some areas and we cannot get bench that for them. So those are things should not be happening in our country if education is our priority during this administration. And corruption being another priority for this administration needs to be dealt with and make sure that the justice system works to favor everyone, not just those who are elite in the country. That's not something where I feel we get to make like the ACC work independently, that without no interference. It doesn't matter who elects the commission. When he comes, he should be given the freedom to complete his job to the utmost, sincere, like if we do in a way that nobody really intimidates her. right? So then I feel I want to focus on that area there. And then the good old days were said yesterday. It was good. You know, there were things that made me laugh, and I was like, yeah. Guys used to write letters, love letters. So I'm sure many of us did receive some of those, right? And some of the guys did wrote that. Don't deny it, because it did happen, right? So, but they talked about things that made us learn about how our country would have developed if we followed the trend and ensuring that the place was clean. You know, the cleanliness part made me feel like, yes, I think it was, because when I come to Freetown for holiday from Kwendo, I was young, the place was clean. I feel like I'm in a capital city, right? So many things were said. The only thing I want to say, I want to clarify, the Kakes are not Maracas. They are Mandingos, okay? And the ones in Kono, we are all related. So I wanted to clarify that. And also, I wanted to say, somebody said something about the population was, you know, not this big, talked about 5 million, and then most of them were not Sierra Leoneans. You do have minorities. You have people that came from Guinea, from different parts. But the fact that you are born in that country makes you Sierra Leonean. Okay? I was born in that country. My parents are from Guinea. Okay? So that doesn't exclude me. It doesn't exclude anybody that came from the Gambia, if that's where their parents from. But the fact that they were born on that soil makes them Sierra Leonean. So let's try to understand that. Okay, and that said, I want to go to the 30 million productive, funding that came through to help the farmers. I really hope they use it wisely, because farming back then was being used. They use them, and food not to be a problem for many people in Salon. So it would be very nice for we utilize the funds then to where it belongs, ensuring that we country can even export rather than import, because that's what's happening before. So can we follow that trend? Because that's how development happens. That's how stability happens in a country. So we did hope for that. And then that brings me to approving military funders, or whichever way they want to term it, over healthcare. That's concerning. We know we need the military. They need to do their own part when it comes to keeping us safe. But the healthcare, that military man needs a nurse. That military man needs a doctor to take care of them, right? So we should take care of our healthcare workers in the nation. And we need to focus on that. And there's some doctors within the military, or nurses, or other community health workers. So as you look up for them, for their good, I would ask that you look for our healthcare workers as well. Give them what they deserve to ensure that they will keep our country free, or do their work diligently in identifying problems, diagnosing it within a prompt and timely manner. In that way, the problem would not go out of control. As I always compare that with the disease of cancer. If you identify something early, at an early stage, then that in stage 4. Let me tell you, stage 4 means the cancer don't metastasize. You don't move from one organ to another organ. Now, you don't attack your body. Now, they go into your brain, right? Not all chemotherapy, they go through your brain. Now, few of them, they go through your brain. And when they give each then chemotherapy, they cost more money. So I feel like some of the things in our country, like that, it feels like cancer to me. So I hope we can fight this cancer together as Sierra Leoneans, right? And so that way, each one of us could make a difference in our communities that we grew up. And as I'm sure you're showing the slides right now on something that I feel like when they said the mosques are opening, and we need to sensitize people more in adhering to the measures of COVID-19 in Sierra Leone. We've been doing that. Sierra Network Charity Foundation will continue to attack measures that needs to be done and support the government in every effort they have out there. We can do it individually or we can do it collectively. So I grew up in Porti. So Rokupa, Porti, Braimalane, these are three communities that are close together. So I targeted the mosque on Thursday so that before they go to the mosque on Friday, they will be able to wash their hands after prayer. So they don't take anything with them within the mosque or outside of the mosque. So you can see some of the things I decided to do alone, but it's still under Sarah Network Charity Foundation. Okay, so we can all do this. I encourage each and every one of us to continue to do good for our country because I believe in that. I believe in Sierra Leone, right? And many of us are comfortable in the U.S., but because we love Sierra Leone, we keep fighting. So for that reason, I want to say hashtag Sierra Leoneans, please, let's work together, and hashtag Salon Tough and hashtag Salon Proud. Thank you very much, and I hope we all stay safe and healthy.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou Kakejalo. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Meko Kautu's friend. Yes, whose friend, you get a platform, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Tekule. Thank you for giving me the platform, and thanks very much to the previous analysts them. We also say thank you to Dr. at the house and Usman Toli. My own summary for this week here. One for look into the law, the section of the law, na salon. And the other aspect, they are going for look into two aspects. Then the libel law where they don't change now, where they don't decriminalize now parliament, and then also this issue of Kamarimba dealing with the law. But before I go there, I would just want for throw a light regarding this 500,000 euros who come for regarding for boost up the test. We all know the German, even this COVID crisis here wouldn't get out of the only country who be competent for do all the tests because even UK and I didn't the current test. And I've been telling them one thing, so they try lobby through WHO. They then don't lobby there for some things then. But if you visit, they don't lucky forget some of the money for help them forget the reagents then for do this test here for them go available. The reason why I feel safe more right now wouldn't they get problem in fulfilling this 500 or even 400 for the day is because now 5 labs they don't install in a salon. But out of them 5 labs they get the machines they wouldn't get from reliable source, they get up to 17. But the problem, they're not able to activate most of them labs they are yet. The labs then, some of them not installed them yet. So what did happen now? The work within a Makeni in a Freetown and they bring them for can test. Kenema, they take Kono, then they take Kenem, and they take Bo, and then they take even up to some of the Liberians. So the problem now, they just know how to come up playing. If this money comes, they're able to process them. Maybe some of them then will use them also for try install the actual PCR them. So then go get more PCR. Because let's say a PCR will be able to take a workload of 200 specimens. Let's just put it that way. If you take 200 specimens and you need a 400 results for the day in a Freetown, you can't achieve them because you do another man's work. Then at the area around the way, they know they're still able to achieve that type thing. And then coming to just quickly the oldest area, I want a brief number I just want to give. Regarding that area where Dr. B mentioned, I remember in Sierra Leone, one of the country where it been very easy for welcome. Because if I remember some of the music, the way they play, because I remember me daddy and Makeni, now music, it been really sell. It been just near the Barclays Bank and at the square. I remember some of the music, the way they put out them, police music, then other music, the way they come. People that they like them, they don't even know the words, but they sing them, make even words for fit in terms of the language, if not Creole, if not, they even make for fit them. But if they look, say, na type of character we Sierra Leonean get for able welcome citizens them. Then been just get the first impact where the people in the camp, then they attack the force, but they're very easy for accommodate. But I remember one time again where the foolers then they get issue na Makeni. Some of the one they would sell bread right in front of me that they went at the Independence Square. Then them about they can't try for stone them, try for molest them, but now even they stand there together with other people and for them. And later they able to accommodate them and then accept them in the community. So that country will be actually accommodating. So that one they not even make Boku people able for settle they where they not be realized. So that's at one point. Then you come to the agriculture section where they talk about agricultural show. Then we bring them a salon in those days for let them go able for develop agriculture because then they need a fund from the from UNFP, United Nations for Food and something. So then they sensitize them by making agricultural show, cacao show in different areas then. Makeni then the whole and the state, the field day, both them they get how they do them. So that they go able for sensitize people then they show them own know-how. Like whether they do agriculture, they can show what you don't produce so that they go encourage farmers then for develop. But that one, the part B of for now, we will talk and later waiting for salon in that time day. Then we come to the law now of itself, what we have for discuss. The first part, I will say, Cameroon Baden desire and say they accuse them regarding a child molestation for saying you rape a child. But when you look at the law now, we don't get any side where you give brief explanation. Then you don't get the police, they don't give their own statement. But the area normal where the police they make a statement, a questionable small, where they say they don't get medical report for confirm say the man he commit rape. Well, the question lies here, say what type of medical evidence? I know they back anybody here. I know they say the man what he do. I know they look at from different perspectives. You go look, we get any specimen, the pikin will go to hospital or we go report. They don't get DNA for proof say the rape him. Then at the one side of the medical. Or he show any side of DNA by clothes or something. Then at the one side. Or if they don't go discover a DNA, the side would then go meet. Okay. But would they realize they will not still get that laboratory tested? So it can for be a questionable report where the doctor, where the police and say, I don't know if they mention say they don't get medical evidence, but I don't know on what basis they hold them. Then you look at the other side, whose side we will say again now we will for convict the man for say evidence go there, for say then we show telephone conversation, or then we show text message they wouldn't go able to retrieve. There comes in the cyber law where they try to introduce, where they not able to put narcotics, wherein you go able to meet the network providers there, for let them go able to give evidence of all those messages then, or all those communication things that between, for show them. Okay, so I don't know if those things are in place. Because if they look at the guilty act and the guilty mind and the guilty act, where now the men's rear and the men's are reals, the reals now the one who now the guilty act, what do you do? And what in there you mind? What in there you mind and we able to see well so then what even they say, he plan for do this, even they talk to the people, goodness for them, even they try for lure them, they come to the aspect of grooming. But you go ask now, there are two aspects there, and whose one they will able to use. The punishment will come either from the bad deeds or from the bad thoughts. Are there evidence for the deeds or are there evidence for the thoughts? That's to people that will debate them. Then you come to the libel law, wherein the law within a salon, why they get for change them? Now because of the no say it demoralizing to people then. But people and they ask now say, what if in case they begin to get a reputational damage to individuals then? Okay, that one day they go question them. Then they ask back, say, now, in case somebody then say, then they go give information, and people, they're very gullible. The journalist going to be very, very precise for do in the favor of the public benefit for giving information where they no go doubt themselves so that they go understand, they don't go misinterpret them. So now that side day, I want to see if they go able to look into them, while they go get the committee, because they're going to set a committee in parliament which comprise of 14 people of them. But of the 14, now 2, they therefore accept for the parliament who they represent them. Now they debate say, now we want either a female, one and one male. So that one day is left to them. Wherein the committee, where they therefore choose, they go able to address the issues where the people need for hearing in parliament. And the committee chairman, they say, as the president, they choose them and elect them. So now decide that one day, I want to just mention another section day of the libel law. Because there are many things where they been get. Because the libel law, most of the laws they wouldn't bring. Now UK bring them. In fact, even the Americans then, Now, from the laws and way they call the black law and other things, and a book where they call about black laws and other things, we then adopt, but then they able to modernize the use small. Then we self now they will take, because now they're being very good in terms of lawmaking, the breaches. But then get areas, the old people, they don't change. But looking at this in our context, I only hope, say, those who are involved, they will able to see and address that issue there, wherein they will benefit everybody in the near future. Because certain countries, they don't pull them. Zimbabwe, we don't pull them in 2014 because the constitution don't call for them. But yet still, there are laws saying you will able to still convict you as a journalist. But it's based on three things. It's based on the statement, it gets for proof still or false. It's based on the statement, it refer to particular person, and then it depends on the publication. And I, the publisher, if they make a caricature of somebody, or they make a drawing, or you get a video clip or anything, where they defame somebody in character, but they're not going to just arrest you now, then put you in a court wanted. That one in a one-to-one case. So now that side, the libel law don't come, for them go institute them in Sierra Leone, so that it go able for help bless the people them. So now that side, number one, for just add up towards the week, and I will say everybody will take on board and discuss anything where they know say it meant to be discussed in this type of areas of the libel law, and then the law we concern about rape and alone, and then the law we concern about other issues them concerning human rights and the civil rights and civil duties. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. And I just say thanks again to Doctor, and I just say let God help we so that we will get a better direction. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Usfren. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Alpha Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Yes, I'm Alpha. You get 3 minutes, but you can push on to 5 minutes. What's in your contribution, sir?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And some of we're happy for this program. And we say bravo to AAA for the balance program that we can conduct on this particular days. We take from Monday to Saturday. But Saturday is the best because we take the time. Now, let's go straight to the point. Let me start with the issue of an alleged case against Mohamed Kamariba in Sierra Leone currently. This, again, for big clear indication to we demand and especially say, we have to be careful somehow because the issue of sexual gender-based violence against women in this country is too much. And when you look at the process of the issue currently, even the UN or the international community self, they support the government of Sierra Leone. We remember, say, His Excellency Bido declared a state of emergency against the sexual gender-based violence against women and girls in this country. But still, the things begin on rampage. Everybody say it's too much rampant, and if it be rampant, now government self they work towards the program. I think say government be don't call we all for be responsibility. Collective responsibility of we all. We also live in this country. First Lady declare hands off our girls. We see say government self they support that program, and the program is does strong properly currently in the country. So it will be a great warning to we demand them, especially. Anybody so far where you get so much time with them, little underage picking them, say, hey, call uncle. That time they will get for avoid the issue of uncle. And the issue there on investigation, I don't think say whether I will get for labor on that so much. And President also officially opened the modern, court towards that particular issue, unfortunate issue in our country. We go also on the criminal libel law. We also see the AAA with their life on the parliament and throughout the almost 9 hours when the parliamentarians and the Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Swahili, where the debate unanimously at the end of the process, they all agree, say, no, this 55 years old criminal libel law, they therefore put hold on it, so that the journalists then go work now professionally, and private sector go also invest on the media landscapes in this country. And because of that law, everybody be on the scales that they're not going able to do the work, and they're not going able to invest their money there, because it not be really clear, and it be really somehow fearful. But His Excellency the President also campaigned to them, even though they don't be a person where almost 90% of journalists be don't molest in this country. He say no, if they get the responsibility, it will really works towards that particular building. And thank God the bill don't go in the past. So the history will remain to and acknowledge them, especially the previous and the current governments then, or the president of slash them, where they be done the works towards that program day. So that one day, it don't be things of the past. So we say bravo to the government of this country and the slash membership. We also talk about the intervention of ACC in this country. And AAA, this, although we listen this particular media also, where some people and say which commission of inquiry do or which they do. And when you look at the country, this country is a very small country, yeah, but we also look at the rate of corruption in this country is too much, especially previously, because if we not get corruption, although it is very difficult, but at least if we maintain that integrity is up to 80 to 85%, no, Saloma no go suffer to that extent. But in this country, we don't see one person to take Saloma couple, a one, it goes to the owner. That means they are responsible for sufferation today in this country. So if ACC can begin for work hard, they don't can recover money close to 20 or more than 20 billions. We think say therefore work hard. At the end of the day, everybody gonna say corruption not fine, and we want the development of this country. We want their work. Then finally, the media time and housing and population census. I think say it is fine for us to participate, because it will give a time for government to deliver on employment systems. But if you don't get correct doctors based on how you people and they and what you people they like, how numbers of you people it will be very difficult for the government to deliver on the promises. So it's fine for the participants. Then at the end of the day, government will get the correct data so that we will see a lot of things there. Of course, agriculture, we all for participating in our cultural activity, so that the issue of quote and unquote bribe bobodio we will put to end at this country. Thank you so much for the program. Although the time too short, again a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amar Alpha. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, live on air. Your name and who side call from?
Yeah, hey, AAA. Thank you very much. Mina Umar, I call from Los Angeles.
You get to give me minutes, sir.
But too many people, and today I just want to say thank you very much for all the opportunity where you give some of we yesterday. One top on more. You know, because hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, we lost you faintly, so just go back.
The reason we make I want to talk more about what happened yesterday, even though some people have the team so good that the one day bank out 2 times a month, to me, I will be happy for even 3 times a month. But that left on a discussion. But what team me gather from that yesterday, AAA, if you didn't get any sensor, any blood pressure, invisible blood pressure, you check everybody will be listening and everybody will participate. I tell you, you get the normal American Heart Association blood pressure when a 120/80. Everybody being calm, normal. We all wake up. One thing we examine. Everybody did they talk with happiness. Did they explain to you their childhood life, how Sierra Leone been there? You know, now this we want to try for portray, let people know, especially the young one who the question say, if Salon be ever sweet. Me own thing to them is, yes, young people, when I would listen. When I was born during the war or right before the war, Salon be sweet. Salon be sweet, good one. When Timmy Trafford says, some of we, whether in the 50s, 60s, 70s, we know the term we salon is sweet. So now, we will get all them bad calls here, them bad statements, them bad comments will go on the hateful, some of we the older one, then we get for reach out to the young people, yeah, because none of their own fault. The period where them grew, where them born, and where them grew up. Now, we think they see now war, now cause and two party, because we were the talk yesterday, now one party, now one day we see the two party, the Magai time. So now one party we see. So, and we all grow up as one, like say now one man maybe born way to what they see now. Any young man we everybody get right for support to that one support. Now they own right, but this attacking each other, this cause, this hate, what we pull by each other, no good. We the older one that we need for the talk to we young one them, cajole them, not to for blame them. Even the one way they sensitize people in a salon for cause fight. If we know them, we able to reach them, no talk to them, explain to them. Say you get right for support you party, but no do the way we salon go forward. Then I want to the other thing we want to talk about this morning. Thank you very much for that audio way you play for we will watch about this thing where they go. To me on take just like what you say. Up to this time, JJ Safawa can blast all the time. JJ Safawa was a genuine guy today. He been so happy. He talked nice about the mayor and he talked very good. Even the interior minister, in fact, the interior minister and the mayor, they even crack joke because they sit down close to each other. But when you come to the local, the minister of local, whatever the name is, and the minister of lands, like say, he still get bitterness. And also that guy in the Koltundune, one of the deputy minister of transportation. Then three guys, they, for some reason, then just get problem with this lady. But this lady is a very hardworking, jovial, nice person we then just need for work with. And the other thing that with them, they announced triple if you can help me later on. I'm not able to understand them. Now propose or this thing don't go through, then just need the contractor for them for begin work now.
Yes, this thing don't go through. All that fine explanation. No. Now begin, then they begin so now. Although some of them, okay, the one who say announced they reach to that boss, we say 400 boss, then get for prepare the boss lane, all that one day, 9 then they do so now.
Right.
But after the traffic light, remember, we don't do that day before now. Some of them, not everything, now, now some of them. But I think say, even that particular person will be just they talk everything, they mix all things, they want already it and they are already. Now only be the talk. Because that guy they talk like everything, they talk who said they build flower, they build coffee shop them. Now the bus stop them, so when they wait for bus, you go buy coffee. Then in the long term, not to all and they start so now. I think he was just excited for bringing all things come inside one pot.
Okay, because you talk say next month, now they begin build the overpass.
Yes, now they start so now. That's what they're starting. The second part of that project, now the market, where it be the travel explain. Then they back money don't they for already. But to me, I be feel say them for just launch everything together. But then they say that they come back, then they can launch himself. Where you not even far from who side them be sit on so.
Wow. Well, this is a blessing. It's just like how you say that today. If there people are at everything, because I listen the whole thing. If they do everything what they say then they do, I mean, you can't help but give Madabio kudos and the mayor.
Definitely.
You can't help but give them a kudos because they're a very good plan. And because that particular plan, that same Tundone guy being counting on 98.2, where he talk about the overpass and the traffic light them, and also the street light them. Let God make let them think that they go further. Now that no more, me no one hold today. Now just what happened yesterday, I'm so happy, my brother, why they go now host. You can't believe. I download all the Sabano 75 and Afro National. You can't believe big man like me. I cry. You play one music about Baba Uza. That man they wouldn't be the calling name so. Now man I know personally. I know one a big brother to me. We grew up now for Beirut immensely. I know him personally. We grew up as children. Up to now, I tell you, in fact, while I go free tongue in 6 months, I'll take pictures of them. Last year, our people are still alive. And even one other will say, Memuna, see Memuna, yeah, he did not Los Angeles. All them people, and they will grow up with it. They tell them they'll be sweet. Even another music where Sabano 75, they say, Marie, I know that lady then. We grew up, even Kanu, where they play guitar. Kanu now we street within Amamioko Street. They married one lady during the Consifa matter. I know Kanu. So that be good time then for young fellow that will not be know they talk say if Salon be ever sweet. Yes, young man, Salon be ever sweet. We want for go day back. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much, Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and who the call from?
Yeah, this is not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to remind the government, say, I don't think we need another 5 years for sign for the sheep. You know? I think we need sustainable light now the country.
Dandy, they don't sign and don't know. Dandy don't sign though.
Yeah, I don't say they don't sign and don't, but not to Dandy we need, you know, we need sustainable light now the country. We don't need another 5 years again for Candy with the shipyards again. You know? And another thing I want to say is, yeah, the people in Makeni, let them get in that body there. Let them hurry up and get in the body there. Let them go bury their body there. Let them go bury them people there. And then the reason why they hold 51 people and they are free Sunday, it don't make no sense to me. You know, therefore left there, let them go back to Makeni there. If not really in a peace they want now the country, you know. For holding people and they back now more chaos than they create, you know. And I know say we're all glad about this criminal liable law, but we have to look at the bigger picture because for every year they get to renew your license, right? Right, AAA?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say for the year where they write all your information, so you know right in favor of they're going to renew your license.
Well, when they reach, we'll cost apart there. We'll go waiting up on that day. I know say if anything goes south, we'll go get the outcry. So we'll wait and see how that one day unfolds.
All right. I just, you know what I mean? I hope so whatever plans they get for build the country, I hope they do the right thing. But, you know, we don't see beaucoup plans there and then nothing, they go forward. So I hope, you know what I mean? They focus on building the country instead of focus on APC, all APC. They need to focus on the country and the people there. They left for focus on the past party, you know, because I don't see outside the past party, they distract them or they stop them. I don't see APC, they stop them for get all the money, all the loan there, all the money they carry inside the country. So I don't see outside APC, they stop them for do what they're supposed to do. I hope so they focus and do what they're supposed to do for the country instead of they create all this APC, SLPP, divide the people there. No, focus on the goal. The people that vote you in, so you can focus on them, but not to focus on the other party. You know, I hope so they listen and then do the right thing. And I'm your contribution. I don't know.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who the call from?
Yeah, this is I call from yes.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, first of all, I want for back up with you and Omar and Mike said just now about this development project where they say they're in a pipeline where they start. You see, these are the things that we talk about. You know, when you say you do something, go and do them. These are the things that will make you win the elections. When the people then say they do something positive, you know those kind of way they talk, say they do this, you know, you put it in the paper, but we really see action. But I think they do them, they say they do something, they do them, they make people in the country if you say yes, these guys when they do something, I hope say them will continue for do them and do the right thing, you know. So everything I want to talk to them about these people are going to call themselves NGOs, these international and local NGOs. What kind of role do they play as well?
Who are then the NGOs there?
NGOs, non-governmental organizations.
Well, they say then they help communities. It depends on which one you talk to, but everybody gets waiting they claim say then they do inside Salon.
Because they are fast making, I don't see how much help people they do. NGOs have been in our country for years, man. When they work upline, you know, it plays them just till they, as how they did, they build hospitals until they go build clinic, you know, we're not just in prevention work that they do roads, they bring electricity, they will go dig in 4 or 5 wells, you know. So what's their purpose, man? I don't understand. You know, I really don't understand what you do at their upline places that they, you know, rather than something else, you know, which I don't know. You know, because if you say you go for help people in the remote areas, then they at least try and build schools, you know, hospitals, you know, build roads, you know, tangible things.
Well, the thing is, the NGOs, them, everyone gets waiting at their speciality. If people say, if this particular NGO is in education, it is helping, na they it focus. If this in agriculture, na they it focus. However, you know, say some of the international NGOs, then they work in line with the local NGOs, them, and then get na funding. Now, what they get fund for, now they can help out in, and there are some things then the government in responsibility, not to the NGO in responsibility. So, but it just depends on waiting, then they claim say then team up for and the assistant where then they try for get to the people them now the community where then they try for do them work them.
Yeah, I understand what you say, but to me, in what sense as if they will do much, because if you know, say you cannot provide the necessary needs that the people need, on a large scale, you know, so don't go there. What you go do, you go and say you live in a community for 20, 25 years, you know, see nothing, pass 6 or 7 wells, you know, a small building clinic. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. There must be some other ulterior motives. You know, that's the way I say it. You know, and I don't know otherwise if other people see another way. But if you say you go there, you don't get the funds, don't go there. Where you go there now, you do nothing, so it may not make any sense. You know, that's my contribution, sir.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and side call from?
Yes, AAA. Adama, I call from New York.
Yes, Adama, you get 3 minutes, ma.
Yes, I just want Rock Montpan, the funeral na corner, what will be happening, because I know they really take this thing off my head. So what the politicians they're all about now is not forgive respect to the dead, and they don't have regards for the family. I mean, I could not imagine that the man itself. Hello? Okay. The man itself, where they be one for kill, na uncle. So just because it not belong to APC, SLPP, so therefore they don't make all that commotion. I mean, it was so shameful, AAA, and sad. Okay, even the family members, they try to stop this Maya, the chief. Huh? I could not I don't understand. I hope they will really give us some explanation why they behave so. That is unheard of. Okay, just now that's more it bothered me. I said, let me just say something about that. And I watched yesterday the good old days. I watched down. I'm not going to say much about that because I don't have much experience. Okay, but watching my mama and papa, they tell me for say that things were so nice in those days. My mama, my papa, nakisi, he come on kala he can't meet mama, na blama. Now they born all of us. And papa be get lands. All the people that were there around it, meaning, you know, Limba, they come to my papa for land. And you know they get money, you know they take money from them. What do they do? When they cultivate, when they harvest, and they just take percentage of the food they produce. That was it. Okay, and I remember that food not a problem. Okay, everything was not problem. Everything was so nice. Okay, talking about you know, me, I don't even understand that AAA. Till now, when we don't grow up, when politicians they want to divide people in us and the country, but we don't grow up like that. You see, so now me your contribution on that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Adama. Thank you, ma.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yes, caller, you live on here. You name and side call from?
This is Francis from Ohio, AAA.
Yes, Francis. Welcome. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Clever man. Well, your contribution today, I just want to buttress to that man who call by the NGOs. AAA, I work with MSF, Medicine Sans Frontières, and we work with them. NGOs na Africa, na more free shot. Then empower country they are, they send NGO people in they develop their country and they more free shots. Most of the vaccines, what them they test, do this, do that. All the testers, what they make them from African people and they do them. MSF, maybe they tried them after the war, then they made them nutrition for them. Then they got some vaccine, what them they give picking them. My brother. So they wouldn't give it picking within the following day, they die. They want to tell you, say they say malnutrition. They do a lot of things, my friend. Okay? One man say, wanna be doctor, who be the work with that, who would they will now Dr. Kamara, be die separa Ebola, he be die. He be the fish down to incident day. So what's in that man talk? Most of the NGOs will go to Africa and research. Like I say, they go in a different capacity. So then they go on medical. So then they go on education. So then they go on agriculture. So then they go on defense or military, something like that. Then get interior motive for surveillance each and every country all over the world, especially in Africa. So like how the man say, NGOs, well, they can put $30-40 million. They say one leg go surveillance our country for 10 years, 20 years, and they give them money. They don't care. Because you know they see the profit what they get. There was no profit. No profit. So you come on, says, and then they spend the money, and then they send the money, and they send the money, we don't go back to the game, it's on. There is an interior motive. That's one. The other one is this libel law, body and repeal in the parliament. Well, that one is nice. Now, that they try for say democracy, they try for develop. But SLP that they bring up, so if they pull them back, it's well and good. Most of those laws they bring them, so they do for pull up. Like, I'm going to tell you, it's a pull, that's to the general. Anti-corruption boss me, I only see them people and I want me to vote for them. If they try make changes constitution for them people and they do then changes and that country will go better. The police, like how would they know? The police responsible each state. I want the police them like how both city today, like Makeni city today. Them people that they vote there and they're responsible for their police. They're for responsible. But okay, one I get to say, body not get, country not get, economy, but they pay parliamentarian, minister, they pay 20-30 million per month. They pay police 1 million, they pay police 1,500,000. You know, their salaries are there for cut down. When they can't do salaries, they increase clothing, they increase this for one, say one bit a broken economy. They want to come and raise the salary up. To me, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, manager na manual. Me, where we go to the new way come, but I'm a military say yes. I say, Marabio, do I need talk in manifesto me? I like 100%. Especially we bring it for the education. It's nice. There is so country will not develop without a good education system. Okay. You're not saying all the time for talking about this light. Me, this light, as long as Salon will get a manufacturing light, I'm telling you, better by the factory for them. Okay, so I want to come. They send a bad plan, a bad contract with the Turkish. They send a bad contract. They tell for they send a lot like. Now, when I go back game, like go negotiate again for another 5 years. Like, what have you talking about, Mike? So it's like there is no plan for all get, a manufacturing line, a constant supply. No, forget about that thing in Asano. We will get again after 5 years. We will still do pay back home, we'll pay back home and catch it. I hope and pray that every coast transmission will the type of make. So that the life before a very good life, we will process real minerals and place. But we will not get a sustainable light. Like that country, my brother, is a very great problem. Can be on contribution on this spot today. Thank you very much, clever man.
Thank you very much, Francis. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. You name and the call from, please.
Yeah, this is my Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, people, I want to say thank you for this program. As we always come, we bring out to give them, and also people that they listen. Maybe I want to touch on the case of Chief Sanctuary and Nakolon. You see, people were no Kolon, were born Nakolon. I will tell you, majority people that are born Kolon from Limbati in Pula, called Maningo. Most of them, they're all Nakono. They're born the Peking. They were after the war. Most of them don't relocate. The chief there, now they don't pull Kono. Meanwhile, they talk out of experience. My papa na kono, my mama na kono. So I said, they talk out of experience. Why go kono doing the world? They go give me chieftaincy title. The chief don't want to come on up and up. They give me the section chief for being section chief. I look and the one track me, but I know with people there. So I don't accept them. I know what's in the media after. So I know where this war starts in the 90s, early 90s. The war affects Kono parts every other district there because of the diamond. They attract all the fighters, all the way they return and because they need them to get a source of income. So it's apparently they destroy Kono. But even before that, the war normal days, as we talk about the good days was okay. Kono was the best. Kono was everybody. So people they not made the feel like that much for enjoyment and all that. Although the chief they do bad thing. But after the war, FRC and Kono begin to destroy the chief they begin to sell the rights there. Meanwhile, they talk as a stroller of Kono. I know some chief there now one then the girl hosts na tongue. Remember where this work out? Most of them suffer. What is them a good part? Married but poor woman, bomb but poor picking there. We know all that thing and we know the talk. Not all things we talk on the air. Chief Southman and I think the way they don't so. Most of them but there we see that they act talk right so that Kono. Now but the way they some of them chief they had the razor, they bring them at the side. So now, like you see, I'm happy when they talk about this university in Kono. As a Kono man, I'm proud. I mean, if you go there, they will say boast of one institution in the country. Not all things on a diamond. We finish school in Kono. If you not go, can't return for go high, for go university, or you go Canada, or but at least we finish school, you go say you became because I'm telling you, so most Kono people, they don't be able to go to university. Because they don't let them confine their cases. We say money to come out for selling camp return. For can't pay you while you lodging, So most of them end up being on a thing there. We know all these things. So the Kono chief then, and they don't deploy with your district. Government, they try. And like any government right time, they know they care about Kono. Because what's the chief they tell them? When development one time, it's like, I talk this out of experience. Look, Kono, I'll give you one example. The water works when they didn't have Kono. I know the chief way destroyer because of diamond. I know I mentioned that name. Inside Tombodu, if I mention Tombodu, most people below, they know that I'm the main chief day. It destroyed the whole main highway. Kasimba, Sula Jazzy, this Lebanese man, then damaged that whole highway day for enter inside. Inside Tombodu, where left Producer, they that that. What in the bridge they broke out, what in for diamond. 30 days after the talk, I don't know if they don't make that road. And then they were one of the most, now they even them place they said, they had somebody that they one of the top politicians they come on. See a colonel back, and they come up, they host the up all the things, then guy they didn't know the Sudan, they get money, then so most when I went to somebody to talk about I just I was like, I know you cheat them. Most of them they're picking them. Now one they promote better. One. Some of them now we see their action. I'll give one example. Action anybody will know. Most of them but the way they action are talk that then chief that friend they're picking them. They don't get the last name there. Legally they're not married to their papa then. So then I signed that friend, they bring time a bond there, you not get right. So the only right way you get is the chief name. The chief name end up so they act now like one permanent chief where he died. The chieftains he moved like former. You go to one of the chieftains, you see? So all that and they we chief them and they don't make free people there. Will not be the benefit from the government, and when the government buy not when the government wait time as low, not consider Kono, because what they already consider they sign them big contracts to diamond company there, where they kind of destroy the whole them, they dig, they know the cover and back because then and they all think for me. When you dig it for cover, outside then you will find a so small fit them. Now that they are around, you know. So all that thing and they don't make for no say that today from after the work for no able no rise, able rise. But we thank God as waiting they go on that we go able to see for no rise again. You see, because look, the thing that where they don't put the light, everything. Now that the chief they don't say out. We know them thing and they. But we're not going to talk about, we're not going to mention it. But some of the way we meet Sabati, I know you, I know it's kind of history. You need to go down that history now we book. What you do, the thing the way don't do that happen today, that district they for destroy with people there. I don't need to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, Kola, you did live on air. You name and who you call from?
This is Paolo Man. I call from Boston.
Yes, Paolo Man, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir, I did do, sir. I just call no more for the old days and good days. I just want to touch na the Connaught Hospital. I remember why I've been grow up na the Connaught na Salon Day. Now there have been get accident, as you know, say young man, I can always say when you young, it's like say na disease you get. During that time, they will be get trained, they will be the run na Sierra Leone. Usa will be grow up na Frobero, they trained in the past na Gulf Street. Now there I go do pretend like seminar apprentice, I go hang pan training and then they are for them. I cut me tongue. What are they try to tell you? So I make it up to now, sometimes the pronunciation there, I get to take it back before I get for pronounce some words there. At that Connaught Hospital, they were they tell you so. During that time, the day is 70, where you go inside it, the one smell safe, like where they go inside pharmacy, and the medicine they smell. How beautiful that hospital living is. Even when they tell me go to the theater, they are even do either class 1 or nursery, if I can recall. So I really don't know how come how the healthcare system they can damage in other country. But it's been very, 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 very set up. I tell you, go believe. Pastor Mouda, say me tongue, it cut into 2. Now pick and a street, then carry and go na Connaught, then I didn't stitch her. Now they back will get what they call speech therapy. Now speech therapy then back now they even get for help me they for la able for la they talk like what they talk so. Like how the healthcare system being so good now they place there. I know about the Connaught, I know about the PCMH hospital na cottage because na their area they are born. Don't let come back on the tourism business as alone. Because we didn't hear the water key. People then go testify with me between the 70 and the early 80. Ship them in the car like how people in the come on at the United States here they go to the Caribbean for go vacation. People in the come on at Europe they can't salo for come vacation. You see the white man then both military and civilian in the past away area then at the Frobero or Kisiro. You see the antique man and they go work hard and they go to them, they go show them at the town. Later when they don't the white man they give them money. Sometimes antique man and they go jog them chain. How they be left the country. Now they back them they get some supply water. Now free town they be the camp for can get them supply within the camp for can abona the area they within can Africa. I was so surprised nowadays look how they suffer for water in the country. It is sad. Like my own brother they say from California, it is send all their music then their old time music then the way they play there they make water get in a ear and cry. What really go wrong in that country there. Now God will angry me. And for those people where they try for divide in that country, it's very, very bad. Look for us. Although up to now, even the educated people in the call, we say we're a stranger and a Sierra Leone. Yes, people in a Kanden, like my own papa, a kind of na matru, na day it can meet in Big Brother. And Big Brother na post we learn Quran and everything, then crowning Big Brother as an imam, na the Shabro land. They even go to the extent and get a Shabro woman. For like he married. Now then, my papa, they work, he dig something like gold and any other stuff like that. We get money, now he gonna Freetown. Guess what? We gonna Freetown. The people that we go accommodate and everything like that. Now Creole people, now Creole people, now they accommodate and everything. Say married with mama, they all them born. We all know that place. Guess what? We want people them they emphasize for low we go learn the Quran. The Quran no more the land believes in and they judge you this world and next world, we own Papa then philosophy. Now Creole people and I then go tell Papa, say, you know what? Them picking them and I born there. You understand? Then get for live now compound, you get for go put them in school. Let's see how the unity been there. We're not been getting division in there, this na Timini, this na Mende, this na Fula, this na Maningo, or any other stuff like that. So it is so pain we right now we see them division in the people and go kill people and no more. Your own brother when I use my brother. Instead of you help her, now for go kill her no more because of them SLPP and APC. Them politicians just don't try all the level best for dividing the country. They don't succeed in the diaspora. They don't go succeed, but they don't succeed in Sierra Leone very, very, very well. They don't come at the diaspora again. They don't succeed. If you read the newspaper, they're online and everything, you go so feel it. Even look at the law and go past when at the two sim and every other thing. Now, former government will be in the day. Most of in cabinet people look then in American. They all get American passports. And they've been up there, they criticize. We will get the American passport or any diaspora passport. Like say we know to people in the country because they know say we don't learn the freedom now for the talk and everything. We see the justice within the this and this because in the phrase say we go educate them with people and it's so sad. We didn't hear all they have been. And we have my own contribution down this sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Paulo man. Thank you, sir. Yes, call ID live on your name and side call from.
Yeah, people. So the rest I call you and the call because I've been trying to come pray and I go on like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So don't get you bad time, eh? Who catch you bad time?
No. It catch me right now. Lucky enough, I finish this prayer.
Okay. Okay, you get 3 minutes, man.
Okay, thank you, people, and thank you so much yesterday for we the old one. They really enjoyed the program yesterday, and I'm glad you were the good news when you start yesterday because as far about negative news, I'm happy for all the good news that happen. So I'm glad for the transformation of freedom. Although not very come out for all the things that okay, now can have freedom, we will enjoy. For me, I'm not here whether I may or make a local government, now central government, now it's man maker, a black man maker. The most important thing, I'm happy for any country. Progress for left all they have petty things. I just hope for good news in our country. I'm also glad for Kono for the university. I'm really glad you all doing to Kono Akomo. I mean, I did not Akomo Kabbalah. I feel say the eastern province of Sierra Leone, if not because of politics, they contribute the highest GDP in Sierra Leone. We check Keniba, Kailao, Kono, now they contribute the highest. They couldn't almost say Kono aside, they get diamond, they get plantation, they get everything. It's really sad for no say all them three districts and they don't have a university. Both Kailao, Kono, and Kenima, there's no university for all those parts of the country. So me happy where I visited in the bill university for them deserve and they contribute the highest for Sierra Leone, both Makeni, Kabbalah, all are part of Sierra Leone. Kono Kenima people and spend money with they can develop the north. So many people and tell me say the people and tribalistic don't buy the stories. Those things are just the politician they can just want for mix people up. If you go na Bo, you don't go na Bo, don't go to na the market. 20% of the population of Bo are people from the north. The same if you go Kenima because the northern have their traders and once you wait for money, they all money rush to go. The north we will not get up too much attraction and the northern are business people. So they'll just keep the peace and not feel say na anything with the Bitimbo and Makeni and all that. Now just this new politics will start because just the good man system of who grow. The only government who needs to be na APC, I mean Pasheki, Momo, and do the MPRs. Now those are the only time when I was in Sierra Leone. In that time, there not be ever feeling kind political sensitivity where all man don't become politicians, youth then instead of letting them go do farming. They're not glad for this farming where they don't say they don't get money for the farming. All along now just traders they help and we don't even get serious traders in the way they get any idea about business. So the energy go put poverty in Sierra Leone. Now farming, this I remember why this small like Kabbalah. They be so much people for farming will be easy get to this agriculture show. In those days, I remember some woman they been nominated as Mrs. Farmers and they even travel go to China, go outside. So they motivate people that they glad we even get one company they call KID people and they go agriculture or something. Maybe they bring a lot of people there for Kabbalah was the only time I've been glad they see them because then I be educated people there. So because of job they can Kabbalah. So that's been help. So I just glad for all this good news. On this rape business and the education side, I'm so disappointed with Sierra Leoneans. And then they see with the angry, even the journalists, I not anybody to show that kind of anger when it comes to rape and when it comes to exam malpractice. It's a shame for anybody to begin to defend people they support people in the spy. We all know, say, those inspectors, they're all corrupt. If you disturb a picket, when you call human being, just like when they kill people in Makeni, will they ever come back? The rebel can they burn houses and it's been rebuilt. Now the same thing when you destroy a picket through education, malpractice, when you cheat that picket, you get wrong information. What it big so you don't destroy. The same thing when you rape picket more at this time and they rape picket and they die. I can imagine if somebody rape the picket, can't burn the house. You know, look at the reason after that Khadija self died and still rape another 4 years, come back where he died. But you know what, the people are angry about it. You see journalists sitting on TV, talking careless. You see some journalists in the kind of SLBC analyze this, oh, well then cover and then for trial and picking dress. How did you dress the 4 year picking? I was even surprised, man, they are seeing this. Even Samuel White Bangura is on at TV. They talk in a smile about how they what somebody called me say one man say rape 12 years picking, but the picking also used to the team. Now the picking say no report. The picking say don't used to the team and not tell nobody. He was laughing casually on national television. You know, it's really sad. If we don't handle this rape business, sometimes I'm even embarrassed for saying a salon I come work here about this rape crisis. I'm like, what is going on? What is the moral? Where is the Christian? They say we are religious. Are we religious people with rape? Everybody's just sitting. What they hold politicians, all man, they make noise. But you know, we ever see them, they go for a rape case. Now you see the whole, because this is one thing that should unite even atheists and SLP and everybody else, that everybody should be angry, go to the streets of Freetown, go demonstrate like how all man demonstrate for Floyd Naya or something like rape. But you don't even see that people are doing it. And me, I mean, defend anybody when they accuse. I listened to that press conference. That's why Usman gets around. They don't say he was guilty. They say he was a suspect. Now, so Ibrahim talk the limit. And secondly, any man with a James by even like used to be nobody, not I like not to prove, but not even put yourself in a position. You must have put yourself in a position for them to even accuse you as a suspect. Now sometimes they accuse them, you just go pay because you know something you don't even want to make your name come close. And secondly, I know they defend anybody where they say at this person as salute. Because even some of the girls and I know most of them when they go December, which they go left now and 50 out the girl picking there, 80 a girl picking there. When they go fit on December because the picking because of poverty, then they take advantage of the poverty situation. You go see them they go there and they go abuse and they go there 40 years picking, 15 years picking. It's rape. And also when we don't get forensic something like it's okay. Use what you have until you get what you want. At least this is the step. In America, some years back, they didn't have DNA, but they used to prosecute people because they are already angry when they read. So, but really, we are not even angry about it. Sometimes it makes me disgusted why they say the type of rape, don't scare. I even get grand picking. I want a girl picking wait for good salon. I don't even tell him Papa say next year. I say no go to the grand picking because I feel I don't trust nobody again. It's so scary with the rape case in salon. Thank you so much for everything. God bless you. All
right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you, man. Yeah. Yes, caller, are they live on the air? Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, I'm Ibrahim from Maryland.
Yes, sir, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you for giving me the platform. First of all, one congratulates the government and the mayor for development of the city today. We pray to Almighty Allah, let it go successful. Because like what they say, we will not look to party. Anybody will come as a government, if you will deliver the promise we will be happy for you. Then the only side why I forgo again, concerned about the money for the test. Then people are there want to tell we say we not to Sierra Leone and we not for enjoy the benefit of Sierra Leone, we not this alone. Now the time is what we say we did not diaspora for enjoy. We don't need for pay that money day. Money they can at the country. Then we will say, okay, we get with the people who are Sierra Leone and they will end in diaspora, they want can at the country. So the money we can at the country, we say for don't get half of that money they when they go with the test we, that day would be good for you. Let us test the money. But if they say pass for pay that money they, well some of you will not get for you will go this year. So I'm sorry about that. No place like home, but I'm not get for you will meet for go. If you know able adjust for we, I'm not get for you will go. Then the only thing I want to touch again, concerned about Makeni issue, you know, the president a hypocrite. What to make us a hypocrite? Thing what them for don't first do before then avoid what it happen so can you last do. For go first, for go engage the people and all do they use the power say now would they in charge. Why don't I them go stand up before we say we're not for do this? then he don't can give a speech about midterm census. You know, even make that hypocrisy for say, oh, at the same colonies so the people they almost their lives there. You know, even mention that one day. Then after that, sometimes because of it, you don't talk that end day and I make you say the same people and day. It don't make sense to me. I don't know how true it is. Even today, they say one person within the hospital don't die today where he been sustained injury in his brain. So he not able to survive today, Saturday. They say he don't pass away. But since I don't get confirmed source, I not able to know if it's not true. You know, it really sad what they go in the country. Make them try, make them come together. Don't forget about party color. Don't think about salon. Don't think about salon. Salon come first. But this loyalty business where then they put for them political party and they destroy the country. If like where President B.O.B. don't campaign say in count new direction, they can't change. Now what the people that see say the past regime not able to deliver what they expect they would put in 2012, now make them vote them out. So if he don't come, he don't promise people and say if they can't unite we, then we see contrary to that day. You know, we get for the blame out and the papa. No matter what, even though something and they sometimes if you have to say you not even know self, but now we get for blame. Because certain people way like they make reference to the resident Mr. Makeni who don't now publicly he don't talk in measure say they kill. You put on our office. Like it is just the fool with the people at the end of the day, he bring them back. So if it's something like this happen, we let them get for blame. Now we get people who in the salon, besides people who come on the diaspora say we be saying educated people who they and the SLPP where you would deliver more than the other people where they go and cost atrocities in the country. So with the praise for Salon, let Salon go before. In the president, what he plan for do good, let Allah make Allah will succeed. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. This is Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir. It's been one interesting week in Salon. And we hope and pray for the best for Sierra Leone. Again, a small corner. Pray for Salon. Pray for the leaders in a Salon. They need them. But do the right thing. One man not they make Salon. Now we all get to come together as one people for make Salon. Tomorrow, we will join AYV on Sunday, then say then they deal with the repeal of Part 5. What it mean? Then on Monday, we go kaya back. But tomorrow, we will upload the video from Moyamba Junction to Bo. Moyamba Junction to Bo. The road trip. You see the rugged one where we do from Moyamba Junction to inside Moyamba. Well, when they come back, now at the good side from Moyamba Junction to Bo. And anything we pass through, but just always keep it locked to Sierra Network, the radio, we website, on Facebook, wherever. Keep them locked to Sierra Network. You wait on the follow we, you know what we stand for. And he say big talk no say master po. I say kaki no do for SI. Kota since for long pangs. So we left everything to you for decide. We left everything to you. But make we just ajuba with Dr. Olo. We go there back on Monday. Till we meet again. People say have a very good weekend. Don't forget with all the measures them where they will say you day, follow them. Because after COVID chilling, we for meet up day. We go meet again on Monday. People say tata.